Hi, welcome to Miss Julie's Art Studio. Yesterday I did an online class for some of my art students that have been enrolled in the after school program. And one of the students that wanted to take the class was really struggling. We were doing portrait drawings. And she got so frustrated that she just gave up. And she went through lots and lots of paper trying to get the head shape correct, is my understanding from her mom. And I really know what that kind of frustration is like. So this video is for my friend Ellie. Ellie, I want you to know that my daughter, she's grown now and she's a school teacher as well. But when she was young, she also went through the exact same thing. And as her mom, I remember clearly, just like your mom shared with me, my daughter got so frustrated because her drawings were not turning out the way that she wanted, that she had a sketch pad. She took it and she just ripped it up and she balled up the papers and she threw them across the room because she was so frustrated. And I was thinking about you yesterday evening, and I share that with you about my daughter because I want you to know that you're not alone. And I was thinking about myself, and I remember my husband, he loves video games, and he plays video games a lot. And he has been playing video games for many years. And there is a thing that I'm not familiar with. It's called a video game controller. And you may have seen them before. Maybe you play video games. I don't. And I am so awkward with that thing. One time my husband tried to show me how to use it in a video game I was going to play. It was a disaster, and I felt so clumsy and awkward. I could not make my hands do what I wanted them to do, and it felt like my brain was not communicating with my hands quickly enough, and I, like you, was so frustrated, I gave up. I didn't want to play video games anymore, and I was thinking about that last night, and I thought how the reason I gave up, I was frustrated, but also because it was supposed to be fun. And I was so frustrated that it wasn't fun anymore. So the fun and the joy went down and the frustration level went up. And that's not good. I would rather it be like this when I teach you art. And I felt sad thinking that you were so frustrated that the joy and the fun went out of creating art for you and you stopped. So I'm making this video today and sharing these stories with you because I want you to know that you're not alone, that frustration is absolutely part of the process, and mostly because I'm hoping that if I make this video for you today and you see me struggle, that it will help you be inspired. Maybe you'll want to try again and see what you can do. So I thought, well, how can I do that? Because I've talked about practice so many times and how if you want to get good at something, you have to practice. And so, for example, dance lessons or piano lessons or soccer or softball or whatever your thing is, if you think about it, for example, my daughter played softball. So, and I've said this to my students at Rocky Mount Elementary before, if you have two students and one student goes to the softball practice once every 6 months, and the other student goes every single week, which student is going to be better at playing softball? Which child is going to be better at that? And really, they are a student of softball. And of course, the students at Rocky Mount, when I ask them that, of course, they know, and right away they say, well, the one who does it once a week, because they're doing it more often, so they're getting more practice. So you will see student artwork or my artwork, and it's really easy to want to compare yourself to people who have had more practice. And then whenever you do that, you're going to feel frustrated and mad and sad and feel like you come up short because you don't measure up. Whenever you pull that measuring stick out of your pocket and you measure yourself against somebody else, you're going to feel inadequate, like you come up short. It's not a good idea to measure yourself against someone else. Instead, what I would suggest is that you measure yourself against yourself. In fact, there is a website, a YouTube site by a little girl. Well, she might be grown by now. I don't know how old the video is, but I used to use it in my classes teaching at Rocky Mount. And her name might be Olivia. I'm not sure what her whole name is, but the name of the website is Oliart on YouTube. Oliart. Oh, that doesn't look like that. Wait a minute. Let me write that again. Oliart. So if you look up Oliart on YouTube, oh, that's backwards, isn't it? Maybe I'll see if I can write it backwards for you, and then we'll be turned the right way on this video. Oliart. Oh, my A is backward. Looks like a P, doesn't it? There you go. Now you can see it. Now, writing letters and words backwards is also, some people are really good at that. I don't ever practice that. So it took me a minute to figure that out. And that's okay. So Oliart, what she does, she has these 2 videos on YouTube, and one of them is drawing a face part 1, and the other one is drawing a face part 2. And I used to show those in the classroom at Rocky Mount because she's a child. In the videos, she might be a 4th or 5th grader, but I don't think so. But she could be older than that. Maybe she's middle school and just really small, but she seems elementary school to me in those videos. But she is a phenomenal artist, and she practices all the time. And one of the things that she does, and this is comparing yourself to yourself, she doesn't throw the drawings away that she doesn't like. A lot of my students at Rocky Mount, man, they would get so frustrated and they want to immediately take that artwork to the trash can. And I had a rule: you can't throw away your artwork, especially here at school. If you take it home and you show your parents and then you want to throw it away, well, that's your business. But I used to sometimes find artwork in the trash, and students would sneak over there and throw their drawings away because they didn't like them. But Oliart, she shows such a good example as an artist who's learning and growing, because every artwork, every drawing that she does, she signs it, and then she puts a number on it so she knows which number that is, and she dates it. Or she might not put the number on, maybe she just signs it and dates it. But she has a system so that she knows when she did each drawing, so that she can line them up and she can look at them and compare and see, well, here's where I was when I first started drawing portraits, and here's where I am today. And she can see everything she's learned and the progress that she has made, and she can feel good about, well, I've been working really hard, and I can see the results of my hard work in my own artwork. And that's really important. Now, my husband, who's also an artist, and he used to do something called the Artist in School program at Cobb County. They do that where they have artists can come around to the schools and show you their artwork and what they do. And sometimes I do that. I'll take clay and other things, and I'll go to other schools now that I'm retired and do their Artist in School program. Well, my husband did that a few times. And because he used to be a comic book artist, he would talk about comic books and what it takes to create a comic book and comic book characters, and he would draw for them. But one of the things he would show the students, he would show his drawing of Superman. I think it was age 4. And then he had one that was high school. And then he had one as a young adult. And then he had one that he did recently, like as a grown man. And so you could see the progress through those. And they were all a drawing of Superman. All of them were. And that's another example. Ellie, why I think it's so important to keep practicing and save your practice drawings. And even put a number on them. Here's drawing 1, here's drawing 2, here's drawing 3, or date them if that works better for you, however you want to do that. And know that they are practice drawings, but save them so that instead of comparing yourself to someone else, compare yourself to yourself and your own hard work. So today, what I want to do is I want to start just demonstrate for you. I'm going to do something that I don't have a lot of practice with. And I'm going to keep my practice drawings. I'm not going to throw them away and try and start over. I'm going to just keep drawing on what I have. And I'm also going to use my left hand. I am very dominant on my right side. And I don't use my left hand for anything except to maybe help out my right hand, like if I'm carrying something. I don't write with my left hand. I don't draw with my left hand. I don't do anything with it. And I feel very awkward on my left side because it doesn't get a lot of practice. So I'm going to draw with that. The other thing I want to show you, because your mom said you went through about 20 pieces of paper, especially with practice drawings. This is a pile of stuff that I need to recycle. Also you can go through magazines. Some pages don't just have all type. You can find some like that in the backs of magazines. Some have little images on them. They don't have to, the paper this has a black line on it, so it kind of shows through. That's okay. I'm going to use that. That doesn't matter. This one has some larger type in the center. That's okay. That'll still work with that circle in there. That doesn't matter. So you can start do your practice drawings on some paper that you were going to throw away, so that it helps your brain realize it's a practice drawing and you don't have to worry about that. Because sometimes if moms and dads only have a limited amount of paper, then they say, well, you can't have any more. Well, you can use old scrap paper and it works just as well. So I am going to take my Sharpie, and I don't see it now. I'm going to have to go get it. And I'm going to draw. Well, first I'll draw in pencil. I think I can do that if I have a dark pencil. And then, because I want you to be able to see it. I'm afraid if I draw it in pencil, you won't be able to see it. But I'll scoot in a little closer. And, and you get to see Miss Julia be awkward, right? Okay. So, my understanding from your mom is that you were having difficulty drawing the egg shape for the head. And we started with the circle, and then we added the little U-shaped cup on the end. I'm not even going to do that, okay? Because this is beginning. This is beginning practice for me because I don't draw with my left hand. Here we go. Okay, so it's kind of squished on one side. That's okay. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the line through the center down. And I know that looks kind of wiggly, but that's okay. All right. So now I know that the eyes go on that middle line. Well, first halfway between here, we got the the nose line and the lip line. Okay. So the human head is 5 eyes wide. So I don't want the eyes to be too big, but I don't want them to be too small. So I'm going to make my eye be, now that's a little too round, but that's okay. And this one, that one's a little better, more like a football, okay? But they don't have to match, okay? Now, and sometimes it helps. I have to hold my arm. And I'm going to do my circle. Okay? And then, I know that looks like a square. It's supposed to be a circle in the middle. There we go. Okay, now the nose, I'm just going to do like a L shape. Okay? And I'm going to round it because I don't. Okay. Sorry, my glasses. I can't see. Okay, so now 2 lips, right? We have the top lip and the bottom lip. I'm going to draw the bottom lip first, and it actually should touch this bottom line here. And it's supposed to be wider than the nose. And I'm trying to press hard so you can see it. There's the bottom lip. It looks like a mouth, but that's the bottom lip. Now I'm going to draw the top one. I'm going to draw a little U shape, and then I'm going to connect the top of the U shape here and the top of the U shape here. That's not bad. That's not too bad, Miss Julia. All right, now I'm going to start from this side. Oh, that's a funny ear. And this side. I know it looks like I'm holding my pencil funny. All right, so those 2 ears don't really match. That's okay. And the neck. The neck is supposed to be out here. All right, because it shouldn't be too skinny. Okay. That kind of looks like it's puffed out because I can't draw a straight line, but that's okay. This is my left hand practice. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to curve over like this, and I'm going to go down because all of this part right here is supposed to be hair, right? So I want so bad right now. I'm really feeling the strong desire to switch hands, but I'm not going to switch hands because I want you to see me struggle with my left hand. I'm going to make this hair long, so you can see that my hair, you see how it kind of covers a little bit of one ear and it comes around behind my neck. So you want to put your hair should come all the way over and touch the side of the face there. See that? Oh, I forgot the eyebrows, didn't I? Okay, let's see if I can do that. I'm using a zigzag line. That's not bad for an eyebrow, Miss Julia, even if this one on this side's kind of crooked. That's okay. That's okay. That look all right. Yeah. Okay, so this side has short hair, this side has long hair. I'm going to bring this down and make it. And then I'm going to sign my practice drawing. I don't write with my left hand. Julia. There. I'm going to try and write it backwards with my left hand. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. J. U. L. I. A. I think that's right. Is that right? Oh my God, I did it. That looks pretty neat on the video. It doesn't look so neat when you look at it over here up close. So, remember, I want you to watch that video on YouTube by Oli Art. She's a really good artist, not because I want you to compare yourself to her. What I want you to do is see how she compares herself to herself. She does a drawing, she finishes it, and then she goes back and she gets portrait drawings that she did previously. She puts those drawings side by side, and you'll be able to see how she progressed through the months or years or where, I can't remember the dates on the drawings, but you will be able to see how she compares her progress to her own drawings, not to somebody else. And I think that's really, really important. Now, I think that the fun thing for you and me to do today, this is where I want you to get a piece of, and you can, this is a video, so you can pause it. This is not like the Facebook live stream. And I am going to do Facebook Live again today. If your mom, she might be able to get you set up for that. I don't know. But if not, that's okay, because I'm gonna give her access to the Facebook Live video once it's finished, and I download it. I'll save it for you so you can see it. But today, I'd love for you to do some cartoon faces with me. And I'm not going to color or anything. I'm just going to use some magazine pages and some old scrap paper and a Sharpie. And we're just going to have fun. I have a friend named Matthew. I've known him for a lot of years. He's also an artist. In fact, he's a Renaissance man, because I don't know that there's anything that my friend Matthew can't do. He's a builder as far as doing things in his home. One time he cut a hole upstairs in his bedroom in the side of his house, and he put in a new window all by himself. He does stuff like that. His sliding glass doors, he does repairs. He's a painter. He's a phenomenal abstract painter. He's a ceramic sculptor. I mean, he can do anything. Well, I've shared this with my students about my friend Matthew many, many years ago. He told me that, and he sketches in a sketchbook, and then he keeps all of his ideas in a sketchbook. Like this was for his 3D ceramic sculptures. He did these big vessels, and they were really cool looking. And he keeps his ideas. He sketches ideas in a sketchbook, and he just saves his sketchbook. And then when he wants to do one, he looks through his sketchbook and he gets an idea before he starts a piece that he's working on. And he told me one time he was showing me stuff in his sketchbook, and I said, you do this, it wasn't a Sharpie, but it was a felt tip pen like a Sharpie that's black and permanent, not a pencil. And I said, you do your sketches in the marker, in the felt tip marker? And he said, oh yeah, I do that on purpose. And I said, you do? And he said, yes, because I make mistakes, and it forces me to use my creative thinking whenever I make a mistake, because I can't erase. And when I make a mistake, I can turn that into a new idea. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And that was so many years ago, but I have shared that with my students throughout the years. So I'm going to use the Sharpie today. Now we're doing cartooning, which is different than this, where you're placing the eyes in the middle of the head. We're not going to worry about any of that, because I want you to have fun today, Ellie. I think that's really important. So I thought it would be fun to do some cartooning with me. So you get whatever kind of paper you can get. And if you want to do it in pencil, do it in pencil. If you have a Sharpie and you want to do it like me in Sharpie, that's fine too. But this is going to be fun. That's the goal. Have fun. Okay? So let's see. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this paper right here. Let me go get my Sharpie. I'll be right back. Okay. Here we go. The first cartoon that I want to do, I think it would be fun to just do sort of a, like a circle or an oval head, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. We don't care, right? And we're going to go straight across here like this, right? And then what I want you to do is we're going to do a straight line down right here, because these are going to be bangs, actually. Let's see if I can make that curve a little bit so you can maybe see it a little better. There we go. I think that's better. Am I blocking the view? I don't want to put a shadow too much on it. I'll step out of the way so that you can see it up close. Let me get even closer. Let's see. There you go. All right, so we got that. Now, on this side, I'm going to curve. I'm going to go out this way. And notice how I do each line. I go back to here. I don't go over here. I'm going to go back to the top of this straight line. And then I'm going to curve out. And I'm going to curve out. And I'm going to curve out. I'm going to curve out. Now I'm going to go back to the top of this straight line. I'm going to curve way over here. I'm going to curve over here. Oops. That's kind of crooked. That's okay. We don't care. We don't care. Bangs are not perfect. All right. So those, I think I'll add one more line in there. And one more line in there. All right. So those are her bangs. Now we're going to add some pigtails. So I'm going to go from up here, and I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go down like this, all right? And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go down like this. Now, right here at the bottom of this line, I'm going to do 2 triangles. I'm going to do one that goes like this, flat side against the side of your paper, and then I'm going to go up, down, out. So the 2 triangles with the points come in the pointed part comes in the middle. Oh, Batman mask. And the flat side of the triangles out here. So there, you could say that the triangles are turned on their side. So I'm going to go up, down. There's the point in the middle. Right? Okay, so now I'm going to draw some hairs that are coming down here. Right? That's the bottom of the bow. And you can make the lines crisscross over each other if you want to. All right, now this is too skinny, so I need to add more. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go like this. All right, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go like this. Now we're going to fill up these pigtails with some hairlines, right? And all it is just lines. All right, so just put some lines in there. Now, I am going to give you just a minute to let you, because I know you were frustrated before. I'm going to let you catch up while I add some more hairlines. And you can always pause your video because this is not live. So while you're finishing up, I'm just going to add some more hairlines in here. And you can always add more hairlines later if you want to. Okay. So now, let's see. Let's add a nose. I think what I want to do is put the bottom of her nose right here. We're going to curve like that, right? Really simple. Okay? Go ahead and do that little curve. All right? And now we're going to add a straight line across. That's a little wider than her nose, right? But I want her to have 2 lips. So we're going to do a curved line here. That's the bottom lip. And we're going to do a curved line at the top too. That's going to be the top lip. So go ahead and add that. And then we are going to make some eyes. Here's what I want you to do. Put 2 dots. These eyes are big giant eyes because she's a cartoon. So we're going to put 2 big dots, and I want you to go straight across, and I want you to curve up. This is her eyelid, right? Straight across and up. There's no eyeball in there because that's her eyelid. And then we're going to go like this. Curve down and up. Now watch. This is where I'm going to put my circle and a dot. Dots are colored in, right? So go ahead and try that. We're going to add 2 dots over here, and they should be, that looks like that's a little farther apart than that one. That's okay. They don't have to match exactly. This is practice. I'm going to do straight line across. I'm going to curve up and over. That's the eyelid. Then we're going to go down and up. And then I'm going to do the iris and the pupil. Okay? Here we go. We could add some eyebrows. I think for her, if I do eyebrows, I would just do a skinny line like that. There we go. So there's our first cartoon drawing. We could put a neck on her if you want to. There. Let's add a collar. So if we do a curved line here like this, and then you go like this, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then a line here and a line here. There she is. Okay, and that was on a piece of magazine paper. Ready to try another one? You might want to pause the video if you're not finished yet. Just give it a pause. And I'm going to take this scrap piece of old business paper, boring stuff, and I'm going to turn it over and use the back. All right, so this time, let's let's do some curly wavy hair. Like what if we do let's do, instead of doing an oval or a circle, what if we do a U, right? So I'm going to do a U like this, right? And then we're going to put some hair in there. So what if the hair does a wavy line like this? She's got fluffy, wavy hair. All right, now the nose. Let's do a different nose. So this one, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do the same curve like we did for the first cartoon. Well, I guess we could do it like that. But I think what I want to do it a little bit different. So what I can do is come up to here, right? So does that look like an L? Yeah, it kind of looks like an L over there. And on this side, this is where I'm going to curve and straight line over, right? That's like that other eye we did, but now I'm going to curve down here too, and then do the eyeball and the dot. And so I'm going to go over here, straight line, curve down here, and the eyeball and the dot. Let's do puckered lips. What do you think? And curve up the ends. So we're going to go down like this, and then we're going to go at letter M, right? There you go. Oh, you know what we should do? We should add ears. And what if we put some big earrings in here? Right? And then where's her other ears? Over here somewhere. And so you could color that, color her earrings, make them, oh, I forgot her eyebrows. Make those nice and colorful. So these eyebrows are going to be the zigzag line. There we go. So there's another one. Let's do somebody, how about with glasses? What do you think about that? Let's do somebody with what is that? Oh my goodness. One of my scratch pieces of paper. Yep. All right, so what I'm going to do on this one, I need more tape. Put this scrap paper here. All right, and it doesn't matter if there's stuff bleeding through, that doesn't matter. I don't care, this is practice. Let's do, you know what we could do? We could turn the paper sideways. Why don't we do that? We haven't done that yet. And we'll make a really long face, right? So what if I make a curved line like a big cereal bowl, right? And then I'm going to do hair. Let's see, what if I go like that? Let's see. And I'll do lines that come up. And I'm just making this up. So if you have another idea for fun hair, I want my hair to look like it's sticking up. And of course this is a cartoon, so it's silly and playful and you can have fun with it. I think I'm gonna put freckles on this person. Okay, crazy hair. and an ear, and an ear. Let's see, I'm gonna put more hair that comes out. Let's see, I'm gonna have it do this. All right. So it kind of comes up back here. All right, so let's see, what else? I think I'm gonna do a nose that goes the opposite way. So it's gonna, the curve is almost like a sad face smile, upside down. And then we'll put a little bump right here and a little bump right here, two little curves. So we can put a little curve for a nostril here and a little tiny curve. It's almost a flat one. It's not a big hump. It's stretched out. It almost looks straight right in there. Okay. And I think I might change the eyes. Maybe we could make this person seem like they're smiling, you know, when you squint your eyes. So if I go like this, but I still want to do, even though I'm doing a cartoon, I still want to do lips. So I think I'll make this a skinny lip, because you know when we smile our lips stretch out, and then this skinny too. So it looks like they're smiling and squinting their eyes, right? Eyebrows, eyebrows, and a neck. Okay, oh, freckles. Okay, so there's my other cartoon. Well, Ellie, I hope that you've had some fun just experimenting with cartooning, drawing faces, different eye shapes, different nose shapes, different crazy, wacky hair. Whenever you feel the frustration when you're trying to do portraits, I think if you give yourself a break and maybe give yourself some time to do silly, wacky cartoon faces, I think that might help you find the fun again, because definitely art should be fun. And if you get so frustrated that the fun goes down and the frustration goes up, take a break and do some fun, silly cartooning, because that you can do that any way you want. And then, you know, when you feel ready, try the more realistic portrait drawing with the lines for the measuring the facial proportions again, and go back and forth between the two. But I think it's really important that it feels fun for you. I hope you enjoyed today, and thank you.